Okay, so let's pay attention here. President Barack Obama here sporting new Nike sneakers. Should skip his plan to visit Nike headquarters, Sanders says. This is this fucking Barry Sanders, this fucking sellout piece of shit, selling out all of humanity, just like the rest of these scumbags. Anyway, it's not about Nikes, it's about the word. So let's just take this little piece right here. And let's blow this up, because this really does say it all right there. Right there it is. So here's Nike. Let's take a look at what Nike is. For example, Nike, which means victory, right, was a personified image of the numerous moment in time when the game or battle is won. So we know that they've been bullshitting us, right? So there's something to be looked at. Describing not the winning, not the moment itself, but the quantity of time, or kairos, a winged god. You know that's Saturn. Sometimes depicted with a wheel of fire at his feet. You know that's Saturn, representing the magical moment of perfection in time and circumstance conspire to make the quality of that time correct and momentous. Or the feminine. Well, we all know what that is, don't we? That's the bitch right there that I keep trying to tell you about. The allotment of time, the portion or degree that we carry as our fate. We might also think of the goddess, Nemesis. The goddess Nemesis. I told you the broad's the problem, right? Representative of that moment in time when retribution is achieved. It's a nice way of putting it. This is a thread woven throughout the horoscope, permitting and infusing the essence of our own time within it. We cannot define it, we can only live it. And then it goes on to say when Saturn is transit and blah, blah, blah. Saturn is created with whatever. The fact of the matter is that's why they're showing you him wearing the tennis shoes, because he's a mama's boy. He's for the woman. He's for the chaos. He wants that. He wants to destroy this country. And if we take this little logo here, and let's just finish this logo. Let's just move this out of the way over here. And let's finish this logo, because really, what is it? Let's find a better color to use. It'll work out better. Well, I can't use black red, I guess. If you look, you'll see that basically what this is it's the ring of Saturn. You see it? If this was the planet, this would be the ring, and then it would go all the way around it. That's what it is. So, I don't know if splitting this in half, but you see how it would go around it. And I believe Nike is actually there's a moon of Saturn, but it doesn't matter. It's being used in this aspect of the feminine, the bitch, the chaos. You know, they're glad they're creating it, and so what they're referring to in the news story, on the forefront, what most people are going to see is that he's talking about shipping more jobs overseas. Well, that's going to create economic upheaval as usual, but it's all part of the game or the battle, and so. This is really what it's all about. It's about this guy trying to destroy this place. He's just one of many of these fucks doing this shit. That's why it's important that they show the tennis shoe. Not because it's some kind of great, wonderful thing. And he's going to go meet at the headquarters. Yeah, he's going to go meet with the rest of the fellas, and they're going to talk about how they're going to fuck more shit up. You know, this whole thing, look, if there's such a thing as an antichrist, it isn't a man, it's a woman. A woman with men for agents, and can disguise itself as a man, which would be your androgyny. But who needs to know that stuff? People want to argue about Democrat and Republican. What silliness? The color scheme of it tells you it's fucking imperfect. It's imperfect. It's red and blue. That means they're opposed to each other. So how could it be a good system? There's no give and take with those guys. One side wants it their way, the other side wants it their way. There's no middle ground. So it's an imperfect system. So why is anybody voting? Because people are too stupid. They're talking. This is what all this is about. Barry Sanders for president. For president of what? President of fucking what? What? People get, not you guys, I'm just saying people get fucking educated. These guys work at an occultic level. There is nothing that works here that's not occultic. If you start understanding that the occultic, which means is hidden, if you start looking at the hidden stuff that's really not hidden, that's in your face, if you just go dig a little bit, you can start looking at it and you go, I'm not going to be involved in it, and I'm not going to play the game. The people that don't look actually think this shit is for real, and it's okay, I'm going to vote for this guy or that guy. Why do you think they had that thing back in 2000, what was it, 2008? Or whatever, when was it? When Bush won because they had to count the votes and some of the things weren't punched out. And they said, oh, we can't have this problem with paper ever again. We'll have to get on the computer. And so that was the end of that. And so now you never get to see anything. There's no proof of anything. If they just tell you, here's what the computer says, and everybody goes, oh, are you really that stupid? Are you really that? If somebody went into your bank account and all of a sudden you were missing a bunch of money and they just said, well, we don't have everything on paper, it's just what the numbers say. You just go, oh, no. No, you wouldn't. You go, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, because it's bothering you, right? It's affecting you personally, but they're doing the same thing, just on a different level. What idiots. What idiots. It isn't hard to find this stuff if you just understand what the fucking game is here. It's not that hard. Really, it's not. Any one of you guys could sit down and make as good or better videos than I could if you just take your time. It isn't hard to figure this stuff out. Here, let's recap it a little bit. There was a time when there was a time before this one. That time came to an end. Everything changed. Okay, we went from being a spiritual reality to a physical one. In the physical reality, we have constraints on us called time. Okay? We used to be in a spiritual form, and the energy that we got from whatever the light is, God, not this fake bullshit, go to the light crap, was what is referred to in the Bible as manna, bread from heaven. But when we got cut off from that, in the fall of light, when that light got cut off from us, we had to become cannibals. That's what killing animals is all about. That isn't going to happen. It's been happening since the fall of light, since this reality began. Okay? There's people that understand what this reality is, and they know how to work around inside of it. And they helped mold it, i.e. the money system. Okay? But it's their system, and they control it 100% completely. So there's no amount of voting or protesting that is ever going to change anything here. That, time is standing still here. We're between nighttime and morning. We're between nighttime and morning. It's like the Twilight Zone, literally, except not so weird as those things you watch on the show, but fucking close, at least in my case. But here again, let me just get back to this before I end it. Now you know why they're showing the sneakers. Nobody's going to look at that because nobody understands. Nobody in the regular general public would go, oh, well, sneakers, oh, Nike, oh. They wouldn't even stop to think that what that logo is the ring of Saturn. It's also a check mark. And a check mark is also a symbol that they use. It's a satanic symbol. Jack Nicholson is very famous for using a check mark. Jack Nicholson. Jack, that would be Saturn, and then Nicholson. So nickel would be 5, sun. Yeah, interesting stuff. Anyway, I think you get the gist of it, right?